Welcome back to the Spotlight. We've just been joined by past president of Lions, Mr. Kevin Malone, and Sean has changed his jacket to president of the Valley Sound Lions Club. Welcome to Spotlight. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
It is a pleasure being here on Spotlight.
Yes, the Spotlight. Yeah, we were talking. I was talking in the introduction about clubs generally, service clubs generally, and the Lions is what, one of the oldest, or the oldest.
Well, the Lions Club of Tortola itself was incorporated here in April 27, 1972. Rotary Club of Tortola was 1967. So, as it relates to Tortola, but we're one of the world's largest service organization. And I think we actually create just about the same type of motto. Service is our name. We serve is our motto.
Oh, okay. And so that's what your vision and your mission is, and your goal is to just be a service organization. You have some. I want to get the important stuff out of the way before I get into the other things. But you have the upcoming events that you want to talk about.
That is correct. Yes. Well, first of all, as it relates to the Lions Club of Tortola, I want to hear for the earlier segments. I'm not sure if I'm going to be repeating anything, but you would be aware that we had a devastation caused by a tropical storm in Dominica. You'll be aware that we had a joint radiothon that was held with the Red Cross and with the Friends of Dominica, the Dominica Relief Effort Group. And in the radiothon, we were able to get pledges totaling $6,000. We have received additional funds directly to the Lions Club from its members, but we hope that together with the Red Cross, we would be able to disperse these funds to those affected so that they can begin the process or continue the process of getting their efforts back. We're also working steadily with the Rotary Club of Tortola in a joint effort. We had what we call the Phillipsburg Agreement, where we had the whole agreement where we would seek to disseminate further information as it relates to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia so that we can bring full awareness to this. It would be important for us to realize that there are a lot of cases of this disease being diagnosed here in the Virgin Islands. Some of the family, like other earlier diseases, some actual family members are almost ashamed to let others know of it. But it is prevalent. There's no cure for it as yet. But there were 10 or 15 different types of dementias, and it is important to know or get the kind of assistance that is actually necessary.
It's good to know the signs, be familiar.
And even to bring awareness that this exists and we need to be able to identify it in its early stages so we could help our loved ones to mitigate that transition.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's a very important campaign in my mind, the candlelight vigil that kicked things off, that was held. I think that was very informative as well. So I'm sure more sessions like that will help the community, help more people to understand and to remove the stigma associated with dementia.
That's correct.
So that's a joint effort between Lions and Rotary to bring awareness to Alzheimer's in the community and various types of dementia.
That's correct.
In the community. What other upcoming activities?
Well, we have, and this is important in terms of the fundraising, because most of this is done by fundraising efforts by these clubs, and we have a roti sale being held on the 15th, next Thursday. We have about 250 rotis being sold, local drinks and so forth. So we ask you to come out, participate, and all of the funds raised go back to the community. And in fact, just so we can run down the list quickly, we have the Christmas tree lighting that we have that ceremony every year.
It's coming up around Christmas
28th
time.
of November, the last Saturday in November.
Okay.
And we also have the food basket delivery. Lion Shirley has been very active in terms of making sure that for the past, must be 25, 30 years,
Wow.
we give out about 80 food baskets to the needy in our community. We also have the Site First project where we in fact have the eye screening of kids in the actual primary school, and every year we try to choose a school and we go and make sure, because sometimes poor grades are not because a person might not be prepared. You know, they can't see.
Yeah.
And having it not diagnosed does have the particular issue being prevalent and so forth. So we have to make sure that happens. We normally would have the game for special need persons in October, but this year we're going to have it in February and so forth. So we're
And
gonna
that's
have that.
athletic
Yes.
competition.
Yes, on the new recreation ground, you know that work is
Yes.
actually going on there right now, and hopefully by February it'll all be done. If not, we'll have to choose another venue where we can have this game. So at the end of the day, we've actually had these games that were sponsored before. They bring pride and joy to the persons of special need, and we look forward to having this done. So these are some of the important things that we have slated.
Okay. And Sean, you're the president of Valley Sound
Yes.
Lions. How is that? How is your tenure coming along?
Well, it's going,
Anything to report?
it's going pretty smoothly. You know, I'm very proud to be a part of this wonderful organization founded in 1917 by Mr. Melvin Jones, and the Valley Sound Lions Club. The members of that club, they've done wonderful work over the years, for some 26 years and counting. And for the most part, you look at the people involved and you see that they are interested in expanding the work, not limiting it. Of course, you have folks involved in the club who are way past age 50 and they're still very active. So in terms of the activities for the rest of this year, because we have already done some things, for example, on October 3rd, we had a successful Dominica Relief Concert at the Catholic Community Center, and that activity was spearheaded by our membership director, Flax Waters, and Grace Flax Waters, and it was really impressive. Many people appreciated it. The cash value, the support that will be going to Dominica is just around $5,000, and I am told that the final count is not in yet because there were ticket sales as well. Of course, we too in Virgin Gorda are pushing forward with the annual eye screenings, and we usually host back to school activities of some kind. Although these days a lot of people are involved in the back to school activities now, lots of book bags and other utensils and so on are being distributed, but we are still going to go into the schools. For example, for Reading is Fun Week, we're going to go into the schools, and members have already committed to go into whether it is Robinson O'Neill or Brigada Flax and reading with the children. And we usually host our annual Easter egg hunt and family fun day at the Coconut Grove. That will be next year, of course. But closer to home, Teachers Appreciation Gala on October 24th at the Catholic Community Center. Yesterday we had a meeting and we ran through the numbers. So almost 150 past and current educators on Virgin Gorda will be attending that activity. And I understand, based on what the person heading this special committee is saying, it's going to be great. This is Lion Corley George. She's also the treasurer for the organization. Virgin Gorda is also the home for the current zone chairperson, Lion Vanessa Reimer. And to move on to the next activity, there's going to be a Lions Amazing Hunt on November 21st. And the idea is to encourage community participation and to create some excitement there. A form of a treasure hunt, amazing hunt kind of a thing. And the idea is to really bring children, corporate groups, everyone. So anyone interested in participating can contact myself or Lion Vanessa Reimer. She's heading that particular activity. And the annual Christmas tree lighting, December 2nd. So after Tortola, Virgin Gorda is a place to be, and we usually have a wonderful activity over there as well, just across from the Scotiabank building there. And October 8th, this month, is membership month, so I'm inviting you to be a member, Cromwell.
Yeah, we thanks for the invitation.
Yes, all you have to do is attend the meetings, and you know, I'm sure you'll be approved for membership.
Well, speaking of membership, what are the criteria for becoming a member of the Lions Club?
Being an upstanding citizen, someone with skills he can contribute, someone who's willing to serve the community.
Yes.
Service is really the center of the membership.
Service
Being willing to serve.
Yeah, service is the center of the.
You don't have to have a lot of money or anything.
Well, I don't have a lot of money.
A willingness to serve, and in fact, our particular president, she's here in the audience here, in a studio audience.
Yeah.
But the fact is that a willingness to serve is the most important criteria. And October is membership month. I happen also to be the Leo advisor, so that from ages 18 to 30, we have the youngsters that we're looking to encourage. Leo Darrell Flanders, he is a Leo president here in actually Tortola, and we're looking to get youngsters involved in it. And I'm pressing more for the career enhancing type activities for the youngsters, more so than what the Lions would do in terms of going out and hard bone work. We had the coastal zone cleanup efforts that we had. We were at Hodges Creek last Saturday, I think it was, or 2 Saturdays ago, and after 10 bags of garbage that we pulled from the pond there, we say, okay, fine, we'll leave some for next year. Well, later down.
Yeah.
But you will understand that the Minister of Natural Resources did indicate that with the sargassum.
Sargassum.
Yes,
Sargassum.
that
We're gonna need some help. We're gonna need some help. We're gonna need some help with
The
that.
entire community.
Service
Yes,
club and the
yes.
entire community. So whatever we can do, because we're here to serve, this is why we say that it is important that we have as much involvement from the community, from those youngsters that are part of the community, to become involved with the Leos. I know that of late you've heard more about Rotary and Rotrac and Rotarac and Orliac, but it's all good.
Yes, that's
because
true.
at the end of the day, we don't have any pound your chest moments here as it relates to service. We can do well with more service-minded persons in the Lions, in the Leo clubs. And if you choose to go Rotary, well, so be it also, because it's all about service.
And y'all are partnering now. I mean, this is the first I've heard of the partnership that you've just formed. In this one particular instance, I know Lions will do their thing and Rotary did their thing, but to come together in this way and to make a contribution as make a combined effort is certainly a good omen.
Yes.
For the clubs. We don't have a lot more time for this segment, but there's a sargassum seaweed, and there is one of my personal, well, I won't call it a project, but something I'd like to see happen since Lions and Rotarians mostly the businessmen and the professionals of the community to get some jobs for young people over the holiday periods. For example, during the summertime, there are a lot of young people who would like to work during the summer to have spending money for August, for the festival, have spent money to buy supplies to go back to school, have money to buy gifts for Christmas during the Christmas vacation, have money for Easter.
Yes.
And I would like to see the business community, which, as I said, largely members
of service clubs.
Members of service
Yes,
clubs,
but
to put a jobs package together, and set aside some jobs for young people to work part time. Some kids in college that want to work part time to help pay for their books
and you're probably speaking of a more deliberate effort, and that's where Lion Carving was going as well, because when we look at the involvement of young people today in service clubs, they're really looking for a result-oriented type of participation.
Yes.
And also as it relates to the career development and the professional development aspect of things. And these are some areas where members of Lions and also Rotarians can get themselves involved and assist the young people make them job ready, and also to give them the entrepreneurial skills, share those skills with them, but also, as you said, Cromwell, to give them some part-time job experiences as well.
Help to build a work
Yes,
ethic.
that's the idea.
Help to build a work ethic.
Yes.
And one of the things that I wanted to get to is are the service clubs really using their influence on a greater national policy scale. We know about the cleanup.
Right.
Sure, it's fine to clean up the garbage and
Yes.
to help to paint a house here and to paint a house there, or to make a contribution to persons in need around the world.
But the involvement can go deeper.
But I feel that
further.
y'all have a lot of power that you have locked up in a vault somewhere, and you ain't using it.
I can give you a classic example. Months ago, we said we want to have a discussion on the impact of sargassum seaweed on Virgin Gorda, and even beyond that, we want to look at the impact of climate change on Virgin Gorda, given that Valley Song Lions is based in Virgin Gorda. And now we are seeing that the timing is just right. We need to have this discussion so that people can understand these environmental changes that are going on, and that is certainly one way of answering your question.
Well, one of the programs that I commend the government highly for is this youth parliament. Yes. I listened almost entirely to the arguments that were posed. The whole concept of it is good. I would be encouraging the Leos to actually participate, be a part of. And I think that if you have the inter-club debate as part of that particular program, that could be one way in which these particular topics can be brought to life and so forth. And I think that there is a field of people there. So we invite the youngsters again, those who would like to become part of this youth parliament through the Leo Club. And we say through the Leo Club only because we do have a regional and an international approach to Lionism also. And there are ways, there are exchange programs that can be had. And I think that it is important that they become involved from that level, because it is a real interactive level that we're talking about. And I think that the more that we can embrace to debate national issues and bring them out to the forefront through the youth parliament and through other particular discussions.
Well, I'm afraid for the government with the national youth policy. I don't know if they knew what they were doing when they were creating the national youth policy and putting so much power into the hands of the youth. But certainly, the national youth policy and the youth parliament and the youth council and the commission, that's some very powerful tools in the hands of young people ages 18 to 29.
And I'm sure they'll use it wisely. I'm sure they'll use that power wisely.
And to have that, it's a tremendous amount of influence.
Yes.
If they recognize how to use it, I'm sure Kevin will tell them how.
But and again, we should. It would be remiss of me not to say to young people, especially those who are involved in the youth parliament, and even young professionals who think that they are too busy to get involved in Lionism. You're never too busy, in my mind, to get involved in service club activities, because it actually helps with your time management skills as well. And you break the monotony of just working all the time. In a particular setting, you get to do different things, and it really brings out the empathy and shapes you to be somebody that you probably never even imagined.
And one of the important things I was hoping to bring out about joining a service club, and Lions in particular, is
preferably Lions, but anyone,
is the fact that the camaraderie makes the service more fun.
Yes.
It's not like you have a good time serving, as opposed to like, oh, well, let me go down the road and help Miss so-and-so with her groceries or clean up her yard. Sure. When a group of brothers and sisters get together and go and take care of a project, the whole camaraderie and the relationship.
And that community spirit that we're trying to build.
The relationship makes it fun, so it doesn't seem like work. It's like you're serving, but you're having a good time doing it.
That's right.
And I think that's one of the significance of joining a service club.
Yes, if you remember, and these are tangible things also that is done, the the actual restroom facilities at the Lloyd Park, for instance. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yes, yes.
We have that.
Lions
Lions is able
signs
to
around
do
the
it.
territory.
Signs,
Yes.
welcome signs that have been done all through. In the Queen Elizabeth Park, we have the particular facilities there. But as we see this, because government cannot do it alone, service-minded people will have to come in and pitch in and do it well. And I think that this is where we need to focus on. But for the Leos, I think that gearing them towards the youth parliament, gearing them towards career development activities, gearing them towards, so that their resumes, when they're filled out, it is a real aspect of saying I was the president of the Leo Club of Toto.
It reflects service,
Secretary,
it shows,
treasurer,
yes,
and
because
so
you're
forth.
building experience by getting involved in service clubs as well.
And colleges and universities recognize the interest that the students, the potential students have in service to their community.
That's right.
In fact, one of the actual criteria, I think, in the actual secondary school is that you must have a certain number of service hours.
Yes.
So through the Leo Club again, you can get these service hours and so forth. So
because I know in other schools that same thing applies, and I know members of the Leos and the interactors, Rotaractors, got their points through the service clubs.
If it was allowed, I'll say my number is 4410332. You can call me if you want to become a member.
Absolutely.
You know,
and to get more information about the upcoming events.
Yes.
You can call.
Yes, so you're in Virgin Gorda, you contact anyone you know involved, myself, Sean Rose, Vanessa Reimer, Coralie George. Call Speedies and ask for Coralie. We're so easy to find. We have lions all over. Lion Grace Waters, Flax Waters, she's really the membership director over there. So many people you can find and you can get.
And when you're walking down the street, all you got to do is check the pin.
Yes, just look for the pin or
Sean,
look for the jacket.
Right, Sean cannot give his number, but mine is 4410332.
Yeah,
but everyone knows my number. It's only 3404855.
Yeah, but suddenly, persons want to get in touch with you for information, and the more immediate function coming up right now is the fundraising event.
Yes, which is next Thursday, the 15th. All the rotaries sold, and you can actually enjoy yourself and help community events. What a relief it is! What joy it is, and so forth. Then we have the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, the 20th of November. Then we have this is the Lions function, but we have the Christmas baskets, and the funds raised from the Rotary can go towards helping that. And then we have we'll actually tell you more about the eye screening for the schools and the games for special need persons.
And of course, Edrenka, yes, we've had a very successful relief concert for Dominica, but we are selling raffle tickets so that on December 2nd, when we light the Christmas tree in Virgin Gorda, you will find out how much you win. So you can probably get a book of tickets for only $50, or you can buy a single one for $5, and get a chance to win some money to buy your Christmas goodies.
All right, I'll certainly look into that.
All right, great.
I'm sorry we're out of time, and I'm sorry I didn't.
I have my tickets. You can buy them when you're finished.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we didn't get to include the president of the Rotary Club of the
Lions Club
of Tortola.
Marilyn
Maduro.
But we can come back.
But certainly you're welcome to come again at the time permitting.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. We're going to take a break for a word from our sponsors, and we're going to come right back with Shayna. We're going to talk about patriotism, culture, reparations, responsibility, belonger status, a whole bunch of cultural, historical stuff. So don't go. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Spotlight is brought to you by Tortola Concrete Limited, the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, and CCT Global Communications.